It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And so for Kevin Durant, so many years in Oklahoma City, and I mean, this has been his franchise since he's come into the league in Seattle and OKC. Free agency at the end of the season. Shaq, if you're in his shoes, what sort of things are you considering right now?
Well, he's the biggest player to hit unrestricted free agency since LeBron's decision. So my question to him is when, where, and who?
Yeah, well, it's a tough decision because everyone wants him. Who doesn't want that guy? But, you know, he's going to look at how he looks like a loyal guy, and they have put a lot and invested a lot of in him in Oklahoma City. So, you know, my odds are that they have the first dibs at him.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we'll see you later on.
The city flowing with lights as we get a great look at beautiful downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Home court advantage goes to the Cavaliers playing here in Quicken Loans Arena. So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the three.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Now here's Westbrook to the inside. Adams' shot is good.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Here's Irving. Ozgov a screen on Westbrook. Irving drives in. James in the post. Defended by Durant. LeBron, no good. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Doris?
The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboards. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And it's Durant missing. On defense, Oklahoma City. Love at the elbow. Shoots from 14. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Ibaka with the screen on Irving. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Irving, and Westbrook gets it to go.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Here's Mozgov. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Now, here's Westbrook. Durant with it. Good D by LeBron. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Shumpert gets a wide-open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Shumpert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
They set the pick. Irving against Westbrook. Down low. Ibaka. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
The Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Stolen by Westbrook. Kicks to Ibaka. Passes it to Durant. Inside. Here's Adams. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
No good on the free throw.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Cantor checked in for Ibaka. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. Waiters, he's checked in for Andre Robertson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big 3, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
Now Augustine following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. And Augustine kicks to Waiters. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Cavaliers leading. 1:22 left to play in the first quarter. Pick by Varejao. Smith the pass to Varejao. And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. Nick Collison. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smith. Again, the miss by Smith.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
It's Williams with the drive, and it's blocked. Varejao gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Varejao's got his first 2 points. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Augustine dishes to Cantor. Stolen by Varejao. Here's Williams. It's tipped and stolen by Singler. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think you got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. He misses the free throw. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. And he sinks the second. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Williams, here we go. That's good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Augustine. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Canner. 1 second left. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Thompson in at the center, locking down the middle. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing Kevin might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
Now here's Westbrook. Here's Waiters. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
He's off on the first.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. Amon Shumpert has come in for Matthew Dellavedova. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Good on the second free throw. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Waiters after the basket by Timofey Mozgov. 5 on the clock. And Durant, here we go. And they'll keep possession. And they'll keep possession. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Here's Shumpert. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Now here's Westbrook. Armand Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Outside Irving. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season. Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Richard Jefferson, who's checked in for Cleveland. And is Richard also for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. The Cavaliers trail by 6. For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time. You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. High post shot. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's James, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Now here's Durant. Oh, wide open look here for Ibaka. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Ibaka's got his second basket of the night.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
And the rejection by Ibaka. Durant kicks to Westbrook. And there's a minute 45 left in the second quarter. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Smith comes in for Shumpert. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kyle Singler's checked in for Kevin Durant. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Back to Collison. All sorts of time. Good as the jump shot falls. Collison's got his first basket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for James. And he sinks the second. Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team.
And Williams, here we go. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Now here is Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Collison with the screen for Augustine. Collison gets a wide open look. That one wide left. And of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. There's a screen by Cantor. Here's Augustine. No luck.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Williams can't get it to go. And here is Singler. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 3. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach tonight?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
Kevin, thank you so much. A hard-working Kevin Durant, gentlemen.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, they need to be much more aggressive on offense. Try to get to the foul line more. It's called the charity strike for a reason. They haven't shown they want it, Ernie. Everybody wants charity. Me too. I like charity. If they don't get more aggressive, they might have a hard time in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. It's been quite a game for Mo Williams.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams and it's center. And so it's Cleveland with it. The Thunder making the shot. 6 to shoot from 10 feet out, and he recovers it. Here's Robertson. He kicks to Durant. Screened by Ibaka. Durant against James. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. The Cavaliers pull it in. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Outside Westbrook dishes it to Ibaka. And there's the feed to Robertson. Pass to Durant. Ibaka sets the pick for Durant. Kicks to Ibaka. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ibaka's got 7 points in the game.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
Boy, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin. I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. Thunder making a change here. Waiters is checked in. Westbrook against Irving. Down low. Love. Boom. He chains it straight down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Now here's Waiters. Takes it from 10. It's blocked. And so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last. Cleveland on defense. It's a 3-point game. Durant the pass to Ibaka. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season. Signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Outside Westbrook. Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. Off the pick. Offensive rebound. Here's Adams. Good D from Love. Cavaliers have gone 3 or 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. James against Waiters. For the lead. And again, it's Cleveland. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change he had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Now, here is Irving, following the shot by Kevin Durant. LeBron kicks to Irving. Offline with his three. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. The dish to Westbrook. They need this one, and he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 7 points. But this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action, a competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
And that one's good. Love.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City over the past few years, Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the megastars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Smith comes in for Kevin Love. And Mo Williams subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Then for the Thunder, Cantor, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Waiters. Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting. Up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Now here's Williams. 8 points for him. In the corner, Irving with it. Thompson, a screen on Augustine. Irving can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 4. Durant with it. He's picked up by Irving. Thompson against Durant. Good on the shot. Durant's got 8 points.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Now here's Thompson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Smith drives in. Here's James. Stolen by Collison. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Will it go? Can't capitalize inside.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Thunder lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily.
Como un libro abierto, ansioso de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento. Esta amada tierra.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Smith. Then it's Williams. And it's Shumpert in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's Shumpert. The pass to Thompson. He feeds it to Smith. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Singler. The Thunder leading by 8. There's a screen by Cantor. Feeds to Ibaka. Puts it up from 12. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 6th assist on the night. Williams kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Thompson. Love with the screen on Augustine. And Williams, here we go. Love with a wide open look. Connects from 3-point range.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
There's a screen by Cantor. Augustine dishes to Cantor. Good D by Thompson.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on it, they expect him to make it.
And it's Shumpert penetrating. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Adams checked in. So we can't get either to fall. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. Now here's Shumpert. Lets it go from 11. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Thunder leading by 7. Ibaka with the screen on Shumpert. Here's Augustine. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Dellavedova, the pass to Smith. Love with the screen for Smith. Love kicks to Thompson. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Roberson, guarded by Shumpert. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Singler dishes to Roberson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Cavaliers trail by 9. The drive by Smith, and he gets it to go.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan said to the team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. James comes in for Smith, and Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
Here is Durant, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Irving passes to LeBron. From 15 feet away. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now Irving, after the missed 3 from Serge Ibaka. It's a pick by Love. Back to James. No good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Shoots a fader. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Thunder lead by 5.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
James. Love with the screen on Durant. LeBron with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. He got right to the cup using that screen. 10 points for LeBron.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Roberson dishes to Ibaka. Durant kicks to Westbrook. Passes it to Roberson. Back to Westbrook. Corner shot. Again, Oklahoma City.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Dennis Cantor's checked in for Oklahoma City. .11 left in the fourth quarter. Nice shot by James.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Your Cavalier girls.
.109 left here in the fourth quarter. Count that one. And it's 6 points for Enes Kanter.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's LeBron. From outside the arc. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Kanter. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Love.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them. Well, Enes Kanter has been getting it done. He has 8 points and also a block shot.
On the free throw, no good. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And it's Irving missing. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ball game.
No room for mistakes right now.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. There's Mozgov. Good! And now they trail by just 4. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
And here are the Cavaliers now. They trail by 6. No good from Irving. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
LeBron James. That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Russell Westbrook. At the line for 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Thompson passes to Smith. He kicks it to Dellavedova. Jefferson dishes to Thompson. Smith for 3. Nails the triple. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Kevin, a terrific win against a high-caliber opponent. What can you say about how they played against you tonight?
Well, they got the heart of a champion. You know, their coach is unbelievable. He does so many good things with those guys. So we knew it was going to be a game. And, they just kept fighting and made it tough on us, man. I'm glad we dirted this one out.
Kevin, thank you so much. Certainly a high-caliber win, guys. Over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
He put on such a well-rounded display offensively. He knew exactly what he wanted to do to break down the defense. Even when they made adjustments on him, he adapted. He said, okay, I can handle it. I'll step aside, do something different.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.